This is my first video on Unity tutorials. So by the end of this video, we should have a car that moves, the front wheels that turn when we turn the car, and the back wheels should also move. And by pressing space, we should stop the car. So let's get started. The first thing we want to do is import a custom package that I have. So import package, custom package. Just wait for it. Here. Import it. And just wait. So now that it has imported, let's create a 3D object plane which will be our ground. Let's just scale it up. Something to this. Yeah. Now let's just drag out our Tesla car and let's add to it a rigid body. Use gravity and let the mass be around 600. Now that we have this thing, let's select the car and let's make it hard. So add a box collider. You could use a mesh collider, but I prefer a box one. So now let's edit the collider so it fits the car. Move it there, here, here, and there. Let's go to the x-axis. Move it up. Okay, no. Like this. And for the wheels, let's add a wheel collider. Make sure the box collider only surrounds the body, not the wheels. So now let's select our wheels and a component wheel collider. The radius 0.5 and the suspension distance 0, like this. So now if we select the wheels, we could see that we have some colliders on it. So now let's select our front wheels, add component, wheel collider, suspension distance 0, like this. Now that we have done this, let's create a script. So select our Tesla car, add component, car controller, new script name, and double click it to open it up in Visual Studio. Now that we have the Visual Studio loaded, let's add public wheel colliders once the program responds. So while it's responding, I'll explain what we will do. So the first step is that we will add 4 wheel colliders which are public, and we will name them the front left wheel, front right wheel, and the same for the back ones. Then we will go to Unity and we will select our wheels, like as you have seen here, the front left wheel, which will go to the front left wheel. The front right wheel will go to the front right wheel. The same for the back ones. So now that it has loaded, no, kind of loaded, public, which, okay, I'm sorry that it's taking too long. Okay, now that it has loaded, now say loaded, public wheel collider. Yeah, now it just has to load again. Don't know what's wrong with it today. Usually it's fine. Okay, public wheel collider front left wheel, public wheel collider front right wheel, public wheel collider back, well actually let's write rear left wheel, and again public wheel collider rear right wheel, like this. As I remember, we won't need the void start, so we can delete it. Ctrl S. Now let's go to Unity and let's wait while it catches up. So now if we should go to Tesla, we have 4 public game objects. So now let's select our back left wheel, which will go to the rear left wheel, back right wheel, which will go to the rear right wheel. I do not know what I have selected, so yeah, front left wheel and front right wheel. Now that we have these stuff, we could go back to Visual Studio and now write float horizontal. So we just create a float, public float, well not public, we just create a float which is horizontal, and now input dot get axes or brackets and commas horizontal. But this line of code means that when we press when we press W or S, we are looking for the horizontal axis. Now let's write float max angle, which would be our max angle that we could steer at, which would be 45, so half of 90 degrees. Now let's create another float, which would be angle. It is going to be equal to our maximum angle steer, and we are going to times it by the horizontal axis. So what this line of code does is that we create a maximal angle that we could steer at, and we create an angle so when we press W or S, if that's actually horizontal, we are going to times it by 45, and we should see that our wheels are going to be turning at 45 degrees. But the meshes, the whole wheels won't be turning, and we will change that later. So now let's get our front left wheel dot steer and go is going to be angle, and write the same for the front right wheel dot steer angle equals angle. So what this does is when we get our when we are turning, no wait, I'm really sorry, A and D is the horizontal, I think, and yeah, so when we press A or D, the front wheel is going to turn by the angle opposite to the right wheel angle. So now let's make our car move by pressing W and S, so forward and back. Float vertical is equal to input dot get axis vertical. So yeah, when we press W or S, we get the axis vertical. After that, float max torque, which is our maximum speed. Let's just say 700. Now let's create a separate float which we call speed, and we will times it by maximum torque and the axis vertical. So what this does is we create a float which speed, we times it by maximum torque, so 700, and the axis, and by the bottom we press. So now just like here we go, rear left wheel dot now motor torque equals to speed, and we do the same for the right wheel dot motor torque equals speed. So what this does is makes a car move. So now if we should go to Unity, we should have our car turn. So let's go to game. Our camera, let's actually have a camera follow our car. So the main camera, reset position, and let's move the camera back so we could see where our car goes. So yeah, now when we should play, we could see that we actually move. As you can see, I'm turning and I could fall, but we can't stop our car. So let's go back to Visual Studio, and this will be brake. So brake torque is equal to 0. So if input dot get key down, so can okay wait. I'll get key down, key code space, then let's open up brackets and set to break torque. You could change this as you want, but I'll just have. So yeah, first of all, let's float break torque equals 0. So after this, let's select the car. Well, not the car, but well, let's select all of our views. So let's just copy this, Control C and Control V, but here we will change it to brake torque. 1, 2, torque equals brake torque. So let's do the same for these. Brake torque equals brake torque. And just the same for our rear wheels. So Control C and Control V. But here let's select our rear wheels, rear left and rear right wheel. Control save, and let's go to Unity when it will open. So now by pressing space we should be able to stop. So now that we're riding, you can see that we're coming close, and by pressing space, I think this would be easier. Okay, let's just hit play. This will be easier for us to see. So now that we are driving and we press space, yeah, we are stopping. But we could change the brake torque to something like 6,000. I don't know. Just it's just how you want it. So now let's ride the car again. So yeah, it's stopping with just you just change it. It works, I'm telling you. So now, as you can see, when we actually play, the wheels don't turn, none of them, and we want our game to be realistic. So let's go back to Visual Studio, and this would be like rotate. So let's make a quaternion. Turn. You may not know what a quaternion is. It's actually just the rotation. Yes. So let's go back here and make it a wheel angle. Now let's make a vector 3 which is the position, and let's name it wheel position. So now we select our front wheels, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, front left wheel dot get world position. So this means to get the world position where the wheel is. Let's open our brackets. Out wheel position. And out wheel angle. So now we write the same thing but for the right wheel. So just copy, Ctrl V, right wheel. And now let's write this piece of code front wheel dot game object. So this we're just telling C# that we want this game object, the front left wheel. And now let's write dot transform dot rotation. So we're telling C# that we want these parameters to work, and equals wheel angle. Same thing for the right wheel. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, right. Now we write the same thing but for the back wheels. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, just so we see this, and back wheel. You just have to change the parameters like this. Wheel position, wheel angle equals wheel angle, rear left wheel and rear right wheel. Ctrl S. So this is the piece of code we make quaternion, but we name it wheel angle. So it has the rotation, vector 3 the wheel position, which means where the wheel is by the X, Y, and Z. Then we get the world position for both of the wheels, including the angle that they're standing at. And then we just say to C# this game object work with transform and rotation, and we say to it wheel angle. So now when you go to Unity, we should see that by pressing A and D, W, as you could see, working. So yeah, this was the tutorial on how to make a car in Unity, how to make a brake system. Well, of course you can modify any of these parameters when you want to. Yeah, that's it for today. I'll be posting another video lately when I'll be able. So yeah, See you next time. Bye.